Table for two, table for two. Having fun, playing games, just me and you.
Welcome to the Table for Two show. I'm Jane.
I'm Phil.
And here we are again. And
Yep.
we're tired today. Hence why I have glasses on, because I couldn't get my contacts in my eyes today.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I wear glasses. I can't see for nothing without my contacts. We decided to play a game, or not play the game, but show the game today that we already kind of know, but it was one of the games that were in our closet. In other words, as you probably have heard us say a million times, we have a closet of games we buy and we haven't played yet. So we've been trying to pull them out of the closet for the show. Well, this one a lot of you might be familiar with, and some of you may not. Hence, we thought it might be a good one to show. So this is Days of Wonder. Ticket to Ride, Rails and Sails. This one came out in 2016, so it's about 4 years old now. But we actually have every single Ticket to Ride game there is and has been made, ever.
Yep.
And it's the only one that was in the closet of unplayed games that we haven't gotten to yet. What's nice about this game is if you're used to Ticket to Ride, it's not that much different. There's a couple of differences, but we're going to show it to you like you don't know anything about it, because I know some of you don't know anything about Ticket to Ride. Unless you were a fan of ours, or a viewer of ours, I still don't like the word fan, viewer of ours back in 2013. Yes?
Season 1.
Season 1 of Table for Two show. Episode 3, to be exact, if you want to go watch that. It's Ticket to Ride, the African Plains one.
Yeah, Africa.
It was really cool, and it was the only time we've ever shown Ticket to Ride on the show besides now. So it's a while ago, so we thought we'd show it again, but a different version. By the way, that other game I don't think is available anymore, the African Plains, unless you get me on eBay or something.
Yeah,
I don't think it's available, but this one is, I double-checked, this one's
I don't
available.
recall seeing it on, it's not available to play on iPad. All the other ones are, but that one's not.
So I don't know if it's a lot. But this one, you can play up to 5 players. If you have some friends, haha. I don't think we have any friends anymore. But anyway, and then also this one says it's about a 2-hour game, but it didn't take us 2 hours.
No.
It took us like an hour, a little over an
hour. A little
hour.
over an hour, maybe.
To play.
I mean, we are familiar with the game, but...
Yeah, it's just, it's not a hard game to learn, really, it's not.
Yeah.
Now last week's video, somebody wrote, and I forgot the person's name, so my apologies again. I'm a little tired today. Somebody said, I really like your show, but I want you guys to go back to playing your games again. I like to watch you playing the games. And we're like, yeah, we do too. But there's this thing called a job we have, and I hate to say it, we do this for fun. Really, we haven't gotten paid by YouTube yet. Not even a penny from YouTube at this point. Yeah. But maybe someday. But at the end of the day, our real jobs take a long time, and it's hard for us to spend as much time as we'd love to spend on the show, unless we quit our jobs. And no, I ain't going to do that. Who's paying the bills?
No.
So we thought about it, and we thought, okay, maybe no promises, maybe one time a month we'll go back to playing the game on the show. Just depends on the game and what we have. This one was not going to be the one. Yeah. Because here's why. Look at this board. This board is huge.
Yep.
Look at this board.
And this is the world side of the board.
Yeah, this is the world. So you see all the different countries. There's actually 2 sides to this board. The other side is called the Great Lakes. I'm not going to go and pick that up again. You can see it on the picture playthrough below. I did take a picture of both sides. So really it's 2 games in one. You can either play the world version, or you can play the Great Lakes version, which is North America, and obviously, the different Great Lakes, which is beautiful. Yep. Basically the same game, a little bit of differences, nothing drastic. But the point is you get 2 games in one basically here, which is kind of nice. And that's about it. So Phil, why don't you explain a little bit what the heck is Ticket to Ride to start with?
Well,
what is it?
Obviously...
Oh, by the way, no alcohol today.
So normally Ticket to Ride...
You didn't listen to what I said?
No.
I said no alcohol today. The reason why...
Because it's early.
It's 9:30 in the morning. And remember, I told you I'm a little tired, so if I drank some alcohol, you wouldn't have a good show at all. Oh, look, a police car just drove by. Oh boy. We didn't do it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt, but they're probably wondering where the wine was.
9:30 in the morning, too early. Most of the Ticket to Ride, not all of them, but most of them involve train travel. This one involves train and boat travel, which is...
Rail and sail.
But the ultimate way to win the game, like all of them, is with getting the most points.
Get the most points. You have to get the most points.
Right.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Normally, with Ticket to Ride, you get trains, which you're going to use to complete routes on the board.
And you got red one. I had blue.
And with this edition, then you also have blue boats.
Boats. And of course, there's 5 different kinds because you get 5 players. So you get trains and boats instead of just trains.
Trains and boats.
Then you get these.
we have what they call travel cards, which are train cards and boat cards.
Yeah, so in normal Ticket to Ride, you just get train cards. And this one you get train and you get boat cards.
Yes.
How many of each do we get? I forget.
You get, on the world side, you get 7 boat cards up front and 3 train cards.
Yeah, and then the trains are just different colored trains. Like here's a red one, if you can see that okay. They're different colored trains, and they match the patterns you saw on the actual boards. Like I might need 5 red trains to complete a route, so I would need 5 red train cards.
Right.
The boats, however, are a little bit different.
Yeah.
Same idea about how many boats do I need to complete a route. Maybe I need 5 boats, 5 purple boats to complete a route. But some of the boats have 2 boats on them. You can't probably see this, but you'll see it in the picture playthrough. And some of the boats have 1 boat. So if I needed, let's say, 3 boats, I would have what I need.
Exactly.
Because one has, so the trains only have 1 per.
Yeah, the trains are 1 car per card.
Right, and the boats have 2 and 1, so you have
Yeah.
a little more. And then we always have, just like the old train Ticket to Ride with use, is the wild card. And the wild card could be either a train or a boat of any color.
It's very versatile in this game.
Yes. Okay, so we each get a hand of cards to start with, basically.
And so you're going to use those cards, as just said, to complete routes between cities. Now, the other thing you get in this game are tickets. Make
I don't want a ticket. I can't afford a ticket.
No, the police are gone now. So there are a couple different kinds of tickets. There are simpler tickets where the goal is just to get from one city to another.
Right, so even though you're completing those little routes, you're going from it has to be your color train or boats all the way across to wherever those points are.
And you can go through any other cities you want. You can zigzag around however it works. If you get blocked, you can go around, all that stuff. But as long as you connect from point A to point B, you're good. You get the points that are on the card. So in this case, it's 13. If you don't complete the ticket, it's negative 13 points.
At the end of the game.
Yes, at the end of the game.
And how many do we start with again? I forgot.
So you're dealt 5 tickets up front, and you have to keep 3 of them. So, there's some strategy there. Probably want to try to keep tickets that are closer together. So.
And this one has a little, for those who know Ticket to Ride, this one has a different type of train ticket.
Yeah, so there are other tickets that have multiple cities on them. Like, how does that work? And it'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to connect to each of those cities. You need to make a direct route through them. And then you get the max points on the card. So in this case, it's 13 points if I connect these, looks like 4 cities together. If I can't really connect them together in order, but I can still connect from the beginning to end, I get 9 points. So not too bad. But if I blow the whole card, then I lose 19 points.
Jeez,
so
that's a good one
these are challenging, but they can yield a lot more points if you do it right.
And the thing is, you do get the points at the end of the game. So you got to keep these kind of a secret. You're not telling everybody where you're trying to go, or where. Because otherwise, they'll try to block you, right? They'll know exactly where you're going, but you try to block each other anyway.
Yeah.
And then, if for any reason you complete all 3 of the routes that you got in the very beginning of the game, and you feel like being a little bit, what the hell? I'll try some more. You can actually pick more ticket cards.
Yeah.
And then you get to keep 1 per turn. Take 4, pick 1.
You draw 4.
Draw 4, pick 1.
Draw 4
I can't talk today.
Draw 4 and keep 1. Yes.
I need some more alcohol. Oh, it's not alcohol.
So
So basically, you can actually make more routes. But if you do that, be careful, because if you don't make them, you lose those points at the end of the game. Now, during the course of the game, while you're making your routes, though, you get points as you make those routes. Not the ticket, but the actual route. So if I have 5 boats and I make a little route for a boat, I would look at the card, or the board actually has it as well, and it says, I get 10 points for that.
Yeah.
So as you create those little mini routes with boats or trains, you get points right away as you're playing the game. It's not till the end of the game where you get your ticket points or lose.
And the way they've set the routes up is the really short ones are like 1 car long, 1 point, 2 cars long, 2 points, but then it goes up almost like exponentially.
If you have 7 cars or 7 ships, it's 18 points. That's a good one.
It's harder to get, but
we actually got a few of those during the playthrough we played. Now this Ticket to Ride, by the way, you also get score markers in the color, and there's a score around the board. And then this game has something a little more unusual. Every Ticket to Ride game has something different, obviously. Not obviously, I'm just letting you know that. This one had something called harbors, or if you're from Massachusetts, harbor. Harbor. And each player gets 3 in their color.
Yes.
Right, so I had 3 blue harbors, and Phil had 3. Now,
so the harbors, there are harbor cities on the board. So interior, they're just rail cities, but the harbor cities that have an anchor on them are where you can build a harbor. Now,
they're hard to build, though.
They're hard to build. I'll get into that just a second. But they're worth a lot of points.
Yeah.
If you have, let's say, one route connecting to the harbor, and it doesn't matter what other routes, you just need one train line connecting to the harbor, you get 20 points. And
Yeah.
you get 30 points if there's two, and I think you get 40 if there's three of them. And there's nothing
It
but
is
three.
really cool if you can build those, and it gets a lot of points at the end of the game. If you don't build it at the end of the game, though,
It's -4.
4 points you lose, so it's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but
Right, so you gotta really be careful.
yeah.
How to get them, though, is
Yeah.
you have to spend 4 cards,
Mm-hmm.
2 boats, 2 trains of the same color.
all the same color, yes.
But they all have to have a little harbor symbol on them. Not all the cards
Yeah.
have the harbor symbol.
Yeah.
So there are points in the game where like, I'm gonna take a card, because I need that damn harbor symbol, and you can't get it, and they're hard to build. They
Yeah.
really are hard to build. This board also, if you're comparing to the original, let's say, game, also has something called a pair field.
Yeah, pair routes, I believe they're called.
Yeah, well, basically what will happen, there's a little symbol, and let's say there's 2, you only need 2 trains normally for a little area. If it's got the pair in there, you need 4 trains
Yeah.
to make that area. So that's another thing that's a little bit different, a little more
Yeah.
unusual to have to grab. But now how do you actually do all this? So basically, long story short, and you'll see it in the playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets their turn, turn at a time. On your turn, you can either build a route. So you have
Mm-hmm.
enough cards in your hand where you have 3, 4 red, and you want to make the red route, and you build your trains and la-di-da, and you make and you get
Yep.
the points. Boom. 2, if you don't have enough cards to build a route in your hand, there is a tableau. One of it's for the rails, and one of them's for the sails.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 3 cards of each, and then of course you can take those cards, but you can take 2 cards either way, rail or sail,
Right.
during your turn. When you take your card, you must flip over from the draw pile right away. And then you take your second card. And again, it can be from either side.
Yep.
However, if you have a wild card option to pick from, you can only pick 1 card. You pick the wild card
Yeah.
only if you want it. You don't have to take it though.
Which means if a wild card comes up after you've chosen your first card, you
Can't
can't
take
draw
it.
that one.
Yeah,
You have to
can't-
take something else.
You have to take something else. So it's either 2 cards regular or 1 wild card. If you pick, you can also pick from the top of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
If you just can't see anything you want and just give it a shot and just do it. Sometimes that's the wild card. That's the,
Yeah.
the bonus, which is
Yeah, you don't have to reveal if you drew
No.
face down a wild card. It's only the face up ones.
Right.
So,
So again, so you can draw cards if you need cards. You can build your rails or sails. You
Mm-hmm.
can build a harbor if you
Yep.
so give it a shot. Oh, one thing we forgot to mention. Oh, we totally forgot to mention this. After you pick your tickets
Mm-hmm.
and you know what routes you're trying to complete, you don't get to keep all these rails and sails at the very beginning. No, that's a good point. The world version, you can only keep a mixture of 60
Right.
of all of these pieces. So if you feel like you have a lot more water routes on your route, you might
Mm-hmm.
want to go with more boats.
yeah.
Excuse me.
They,
Or more-
they suggest on the first play of just going with 40 ships and 20 trains.
Yeah, you've never played before.
Because there are only so many ship routes that actually exist on the board, and I guess it's a good number. But if you, again, like Jane's saying, if you see that, hey, I plan on spending a lot more time on land, maybe I'll go 30-30.
Yeah, more trains. But now the reason we forgot to mention that, but the reason it's important to mention it is on your turn. If you want one action on each turn, you can actually say, well, you know what, I should have had more boats than rails.
Mm-hmm.
You can trade in your rails for the sails that are in the box that you didn't keep.
Yeah.
But you have to trade them. You don't get more. You just trade them as you think you might need
And
them.
it costs you a point.
Oh, and you lose a point for doing that. So it's not. We actually
Yeah.
didn't do that in our game.
No.
Neither one of us exchanged.
Nope.
So, fair enough. Now, how does game end trigger? I can't talk today.
So when any player is down to 6, a combination of 6 boats or trains left total.
Or under.
That triggers the end of the game. Now that player gets 2 more turns. So
Well, not that player. We all get 2 more turns.
we all get 2 more turns,
Yeah.
but that player is guaranteed 2 more turns. So it comes back to them, twice.
Right. So you play 2 more turns each, and then game end.
Yep.
And then everybody has their points from building things the whole time. And then you go into the game-ending scoring. The first thing is you go to your tickets and you see if you made any of those routes.
Right.
And you either take away points or you get points based
Yeah.
on that situation there. And you already mentioned the harbors.
Yeah, then you
have-
go through the harbors and you calculate
And you
those,
calculate points as well. And then if you didn't use a harbor, you take away 4 points.
too. Right.
And there's something else we're forgetting?
That's it.
I
That's it.
I feel like there's something else we're
So
forgetting.
just
Go
kind of
ahead.
recap that.
Yeah,
You're
recap.
totally you're moving the marker for points as you're building routes, but then it's at
Yeah,
the
that's
end
it.
when you complete the tickets or don't complete the tickets, you add or subtract, and then the harbors you add or subtract at the end for that.
And I tell you, we played the world side for the playthrough. So again, if you click the link below, you can see the picture playthrough, and you can actually walk, not the whole game because it was almost an hour, but you can walk through the game and see how we played some of the turns. But I will tell you, there was a point in the game where I was like, I'm not going to win this game. I just felt it, and the scoreboard only goes to 100.
Yeah.
So then there's not really a choice to have a marker or something saying you're over 100. So what we did is we just turned the score, token to like almost like a wheel side.
On its side, yeah.
To say there was more. But you not only went over 100, you went over 200. And I'm like, how the hell?
I had the harbors.
He did. He had all the harbors.
I had harbors and I had trains connecting to all of them.
And he also had the complex tickets where I had the basic tickets mostly.
I did. I went across the whole North Sea route all the way across Russia, and it all worked out. So.
I lost the game.
Yeah.
You won.
It was fun.
You suck.
So you might want to have another kind of token or coin or something on the side as a plus 100.
Yeah, or something. There wasn't anything in the box, so I thought maybe there's nothing here. I guess we could use one of the other pieces or something, but
yeah.
Who would have thought we would have went over 100, let alone 200 for that matter? So good job.
Well, thanks. It was fun. It was good. I like this. I like the variation. So the Great Lakes.
I love all tickets.
Great Lakes basically plays the same way. There's different number limits for things, so you want to look those up in the rules. But it's basically the same
game.
Same game.
And what's nice about, I'll just mention, Ticket to Ride, all their games. They have very easy to read rules, very colorful pictures and options and things. So you think, it's a 7 or 8 page book, but it's very simple. Days of Wonder does a really good job at their games. Anyway, Ticket to Ride, go get one. Rails and Sales, or you can maybe win it when we do a contest, and it's in the contest.
It will become available now, yes.
At least for the contest, one version will be available. So again, sorry for the tired, that's mostly me, not him, tired person, no wine episode.
I think I need some wine after this, but I'll wait a couple hours.
Yeah, I was going to say a little too early for wine, maybe after lunch.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a great week, and we'll see you next weekend. Bye.
Bye.